All right, what's up, y'all? Everybody hates Chris, man. They gonna hate me for this one. New to the channel, please, by all means, hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. You don't want to miss a thing. People, the reason why I named this channel Everybody Hates Chris, because this YouTube channel allows me to be a nerd. It allows me to just jump on here and do videos about things that I want to talk about, things that's on my mind. Have you guys understand the depths of what I think, etc., etc. Because I am an individual that like to connect the dots, I instantly listen to something and know where I can make a correlation with that, as well as build a case against a point, a particular point that I want to make. When I think about these 5 police officers in Memphis, I don't even think about gangsters. I think about monsters. But to be more, to get more specific, I think about criminals. I think about a criminal that kind of like have a political one-up, like instant immunity, can do no wrong. And I'm going to create a scenario for you guys. You get pulled over by the cops. The cops, they ask you specific things because when they pull you over, they like to have you thinking that you are the enemy. Cops, when they pull you over, they like to have you thinking that, their life is in danger. So allow me. Officers charged in torture at station house. Officers charged in man's torture at station house. I want y'all to listen to this. A 25-year-old police officer was charged last night with assault and brutalizing. He was charged. Oh, I guess they meant to put in the assault, but they put and the brutalizing a Haitian immigrant. This is the way they got it written. So I'm gonna try to read it how it's supposed to be said. A 25-year-old police officer was charged last night with assaulting and assaulting and brutalizing a Haitian immigrant in Brooklyn station house bathroom after arresting him in a street scuffle. Mayor Rudolph Giuliani said other officers might be arrested also. The arrest culminated on a long day of news conferences protesting talk radio outrage over the emerged details of allegations. And Haitian leaders and many other New Yorkers expressed to public officials and to the mayor that they need to move on this quickly and denounce the attack and promise swift justice. The mayor and police commissioner Howard Schaefer visited the hospital bedside of the victim, Abner Luami, yesterday afternoon to wish him a speedy recovery. By last night, the original charges against the man had been dropped. So what they're saying is the police officers arrested the man. Then they put the plunger up his anal cavity. And then when he went to the hospital, I'm surprised they sent him to the hospital. I can only imagine the story that they gave as to why he was in there with damage to his anal cavity. So the police officers actually the police commissioner and Mayor Rudy Giuliani, who was the mayor at that time, actually went to, I didn't know that. They actually went to the hospital and spoke to the victim And I guess at that time they told him the charges was dropped, which was a beautiful thing. So I'm going to read it again. The mayor and the police commissioner, Howard Schaefer, visited the hospital bedside of the victim, Abnar Luamu, yesterday afternoon to wish him a speedy recovery. By last night, the original charges against the man had been dropped. Mr. Luami, 33, has told investigators that police officers beat him in the bathroom at the 70th Precinct Station House, subjected him to racial slurs, and then shoved a wooden handle of a toilet plunger into his rectum and into his mouth. People, the reason why I remember this so well is because I actually used it on a police officer 2 times. Yeah, I used this story on a police officer 2 times. And oh wow, this was a long time ago. This happened 25 years ago in 1997. I thought this happened in the early 2000s. But I actually used this article on police officers twice. And it went like this, as I told you earlier. I had a police officer ask me, do I have any weapons on my person? And I said to the police officers, you're asking me, do I have weapons on my person to insinuate that you're in any type of danger? Yes, I'm asking out of fear of my safety. I said, be easy, because that actually gives you authorization to kill me by the simple fact that you claim you're scared for no reason at all, might I add. You're telling me that you're in fear of your life. I said, but you guys don't exactly have a good resume now, do you? Yeah, you're on the wrong team if you want to stand, if you want to have the authority to pull me over, and then proceed to tell me that after pulling me over, I'm going to wait till you approach my vehicle, where I no longer have the process of, I lost the element of surprise. I don't have to jump on you because you have the high ground. But now is the time for me to execute any wrongdoing to you that I was going to do. Good. But I said, but once again, officer, the last time I checked, you're on the team that took a plunger and placed it up a man's anal cavity. That's the team you play for. That's the team you play for. So, am I out of fear that you're going to drag me out of my car and assert something in my anal cavity? Now, when I told one cop that, he just looked at me for about a minute. You know why he stared at me for about a minute? Because that officer had no training for that response that I gave him. He had no training for that response. Too many times, often not, when you talk and when you engage with a police officer, that police officer is talking to you from the perspective of a pamphlet, training, protocol. Any one thing you do off, you fall under some type of protocol. You're under the curriculum of suspicion. The other cop, I said that to, he was kind of dumbfounded at first, and then you can see his brain started processing a story. Then he said, you're not in danger of anybody doing anything to you, sir. I said, tell that to yourself. Now, how can I help you? You got to understand that this incident has done nothing but gave citizens of this United States another lane. That's all it did. It gave us another lane. It gave us another narrative of understanding. And that narrative of understanding, you can't trust the cops. As I stated in another video, when you approach Buckingham Palace over in London, you have those guards. I forgot the name. Let me get the name for you. I'm sorry, the King's Guards. The King's Guard and King's Lifeguards are called the Queen's Guards and the Queen's Lifeguards when they are reigning over the monarch. The cavalry soldiers, are charged with the official royal residences in the United Kingdom. Those are the guys with the big fluffy hats on. And you cannot get them to respond or react to anything. I'm actually trying to process the narrative that these people, I'm trying to process the narrative that these police officers, the protocol that they were on. What part of the training was that? What part of the training was listening to someone yell for their life? I'm trying to wrap my mind around that theory. I'm trying to get myself to accept some version of the harm that was done to that man. I am. I know it sounds crazy. I am literally talking to various people about this incident, and I talked to about 4 people, and one of them said they watched 1 minute of the video and couldn't look at it anymore. I didn't watch any of it. I can only imagine, but I'm going to say this. I'm going to ask this question. I'm not going to say it. I'm going to ask this question. Do these officers deserve a fair trial? Do they deserve a fair trial? When they're selecting a jury, and I'm assuming this is going to be a closed jury, I am assuming that if they know better, all those police officers will throw themselves at the mercy of the court and plead guilty. I'm assuming. I don't think. I think that all of them are going to take a plea. I say that almost saying that they have to take a plea. You cannot divorce your brain after watching that video, I'm sure. You're going to watch that. If the jury get a chance to watch that video, they're going to say there is, in fact, no way on this planet that that's justified. They're going to say that there, in fact, is no narrative of understanding why that man got killed by 5 police officers. And tonight, it was said that 3 EMT workers, 3 additional EMT workers was fired. So 5 police officers the 3 EMT workers. And I'm sure the EMT workers probably was under the direction of the police officers. Lied on something happened. But what say you? Do these police officers deserve a fair trial? Leave your comment below. Appreciate the thumbs up, y'all. Have a good night.